Hello out there in YouTube land. Kevin here with a cellar tour. This has been requested and I've tried filming it. This is my third attempt to film it. Once was yesterday. The other time was getting close to a year ago. Um, so, anyway, I just never have been happy with the results. So today we're gonna try it again. And so when I'm filming, usually my videos, the camera is here, and you see all that in the background. And I think it's quite understandable that you're curious what's in there. But before we go there, let's look at the part that you never see. So here, just have some maritime-related beer bottles. Nothing to do with tobacco there, but continuing the trend down here is some maritime tins. Almost all of which are empty. We have Black Frigate, Sextant Navigator, Elizabethan Mixture, Royal Yacht, Night Watch, Seven Seas. That's a tin that belonged to Harvey. Blockade Runner and Skiff Mixture. Skiff Mixture is the only one that's actually still unopened. The rest are empty. Now yesterday I had a big delivery from smokingpipes.com. They had a big sale on C&D bulk, and I took quite advantage of that. I bought like 7 different things, not all of which are pounds, but a couple of them were. So there's Star of the East in a pound. Now today I went shopping for jars to put them in, and I had 2 pound bags, but I could only find 1 pound jar. I took the last one, so that one's got to wait a little while longer. Going back down here, an empty bottle of tequila just for looks. 2 Escorty pipes, a My Mixture 965 that was cellared at the beginning of 2013. A calabash that's always struck me as interesting because it's covered with suede. And pipe-wise, that's about it for this size. I will say that these books are books that my students absolutely love looking at. Alright, now let me move over to my desk. There's actually no tobacco here, but it's very, very messy, of course. I was sitting there the other day and I thought to myself, how many pipes do I have on this desk? And I counted them, and there were 14. And if you think 14 is ridiculous, you are absolutely right. Alright, now here are some of the other new purchases. I just finished moving them from the bags that came into jars. So here, actually, all the ones I bought yesterday, Star of the East, one you've seen, is the one I've tried. So here we have Cornell & Deal's Virginia Gentleman. 8 ounces of that. Because for one thing, I felt that my cellar, which we'll get to in a minute, was didn't have enough variety. At least in the things that I can tap into, there was not enough variety. There's a little pyramid of coffee cups. My students get a good laugh when they see that. So part of my intent when I ordered the bulk was to get to add a little bit more variety. I don't think I succeeded totally, but I succeeded somewhat. Virginia Gentleman is a good example because most of what I have in there are all either Latakia blends or ropes, and I love ropes, but they're not an everyday tobacco for me whatsoever. Alright, so Virginia Gentleman, 8 ounces of that. 8 ounces, and I apologize for the mess in here. 8 ounces of 3 Friars, which is supposed to be a knockoff of 3 Nuns, which I never tried anyway, so I don't care. Cornell & Deal Mild English. Again, I've got Lat. And Crowley's Best, another Lat blend. Now here are some things that are strewn out because, basically because of the Cellar tour filming I attempted yesterday. Here we have the box of a windpipe, and I do remember wine pipe. Sorry, the pipe is not in here; it's in my home, I think. But you can see what it is. It's a ceramic pipe, tobacco in here, and you put wine down here and a cherry wood stem. The last time I tried it, it did not taste good at all. I think the cherry wood had gone bad or something. Other things we have here, these are again still strewn about because of the Cellar tour yesterday. And I should have put things back, but I didn't. Here is a box of cigars. And How of the Wind, and Old Gary. How of the Wind I like, Old Gary I've never tried. A tiny little bit of Billy Budd I should tap into, I should finish up. And a package of Penzance that I bought some years back. Alright, now let's begin the tour of the part that you can only see on the video. See all these? See most of these? Put that one up here. Alright, see all of these? Those are all empty. I decided it's kind of nice to keep them on display rather than throw them away. As long as I have room for this, I'll keep doing it. The only thing not empty here is this pipe. Don't ask me why there's even a pipe here. That's an old Alpha pipe. Also bought it at Ivan Reese. So yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly, they're all in here. Now here we have a next thing. These are flat tins that have not been opened. Mostly Dunhills. Their bar aperitif. There is plum cake. Here we have the original Red Virginia. But then we're back to Dunhills. Oh, and Bankers. Driscoll I was not that fond of, I think, but I love their Bankers, and there's a Bankers in there somewhere too. These are tins that are in rotation. The top ones are ones that I smoke regularly. The middle ones are, well, the rest of them are ones that maybe I don't smoke that often. Well, that one's good, it's just almost empty. These are good. These two are good. The other ones are ones that, they're open. Eventually I'll get to them all, but haven't really worked hard at doing that. Here we have a tin of Tambalaka. I bought that because people said, oh, this is the greatest new thing in pipe tobacco, and I bought it and I smelt it, and it was the most horrendous smelling shit I've ever smelt. I can't even imagine putting it in my pipe. I don't have a pipe that I hate enough to put that into. Or if I do, well, I mean, I have some pipes that I really don't like, but those are ones that I wouldn't want to test a new tobacco on. Alright, up to the jars, and we'll just go straight across. This is $17.92. This is the empty box it came in. No need to keep that, and yet I do. This is Pirate Cake. It doesn't have a label on it. I don't know why. It just doesn't. It's the only one with no label, so I know what it is. It's also very distinctive looking because of the brownies. These two are Boker Ore. Boker Ore is an interesting blend. It does not taste like anything else. It's just a very unusual kind of blend, Boker Ore. I have more than I need, and the reason I have more than I need, and you'll see this in a couple of points along this tour, and there's a video about this too. But what happened was one time I placed a nice size order of tobacco, and it didn't reach me, and it just got lost in the mail, and it sucked. But all I could do was cut my losses and be a little pissed, but there was just nothing I could do about it. However, after a while, I realized, you know, I still want that tobacco, so I placed another order for it. And the interesting thing is, so the second order came. You know, it went into the jars, everything was hunky-dory, and then like months later, the original order arrived. It was like, I think more than 6 months late. So I ended up with, the second order wasn't exactly the same as the original one, but it was pretty close. So I ended up with a lot of certain tobaccos, and I'm not complaining. It was, I mean, I see the humor in the situation, so. Alright, this is, hold it the wrong way. No, that's right, okay. This is a pound of Billy Budd. It has the word mom. I can focus that. It has the word mom on it. Just because I bought that when I was in town when my mother passed away, and just don't know. I just wanted to have a little memory of her up there. All right, these two are Ivan Reese, British Rich, and Balkan Supreme. Now, Ivan Reese was always good to me. They were, they were there when I first started smoking the pipe. I used to visit their shop probably around 87, 88. And had a good relationship with them, and that's past tense still son because I lived in Korea for the past 16 years, whatever it is now. So when I go there, there's new people and they don't know me. However, these blends are... when I bought them, I always assumed that they blended their own. I think now I know a little bit better. These blends are probably the repackagings of blends that you can buy at many generic tobacco shops. Are they good? They're okay. They're not ones I reach into very often. Okay, this one is Cornell and Deal's Old College. This is one of the ones that arrived yesterday. I just put it on the shelf prior to the tour, and there's one more up there as well. I'll put it down for now so we can see what's here. This is, I know the packaging is a little bit weird. Excuse me. It says Mojo, and I just put the pouch into this not particularly airtight canister, but I figure between the two of them that will last. And if it doesn't, I'm not particularly happy with the blend anyway, so don't care. Here we have Black Irish Twist. Now, if you've never seen a twist before, let's take a look. There's probably some of you out there who haven't. It's going to be hard to open this while holding my camera. Not that hard. A twist does not look like regular tobacco. It looks like, quite literally, it looks like shit. Or a cigar, if you prefer. Alright, so this is what it looks like. You have to cut off a slice of it and then rub that out or cut that up. It is a very unique smoking mixture. I quite like it. I really love ropes or twists. Same thing. I do not, however, want to smoke them every day. They are very, very strong. Flavor-wise and nicotine-wise. And back here we have a mixture Scottish blend. Not one I go into very often. Here we have a little tin of Orlam. I'll put it over here. It's from the same series as the Booker Or. I just didn't like it as much. It's okay, I just didn't like it as much. Here we have Old Joe Krantz. This is, I bottled this, I jarred this in January 2012. Which is not a good thing because it's heavily burley based, and burley does not really age very well. I did, however, buy a pound of that, and I got what I asked for there. This is Elizabethan mixture. This is like the only big jar that came out of tins. I think most of them were bought in bulk. This is the only one that I think came out of, there's like 3 or 4 tins in here. Elizabethan mixture is a mixture that I used to love quite a lot when I smoked Dunhill fairly regularly. The new mixtures, however, are not as good as I remember them. Here also is some My Mixture 965. You saw some of that back in there as well. This is We Three Kings. This is a blend that it's an aromatic, and I'm just not an aromatic guy. I thought, however, it's Christmas. I haven't had an aromatic in probably 20 years. I want to try it, and I can't say my opinion has changed much on it. There is the rest of Old Joe Krantz. I believe that was like 1 pound, and I couldn't get it to fit in one jar, so it went into there and into there. Okay, this big guy is London Squire. This is the last one that you'll see that came in yesterday's order. I haven't tried it yet. It did smell quite good though when I was putting it in the jar. That's a pound of London Squire there. And here we have brown Irish twist behind that. That's a good one. I would prefer the brown over the black. Ropes are not tobaccos that you would smoke for subtleties. They're so heavily in your face. So when you get one that has subtleties, you tend to notice them, and the brown has more subtleties than the black does. However, I'm going to skip this one and go over here. Here we have rum twist. I don't know why I left it in the bag. I think just because the label was on there, and I didn't have time to label. So I thought I'd just save myself the trouble of labeling the bottle. I just put it in there, and the label, I can see the labels. This is rum twist, which is my third and basically final twist or rope. That one's also quite good. I would also prefer that over the black. I'm not poo-pooing the black whatsoever, but I have three, and I like the black, but it's my third favorite. Let's put it that way. This is a Dalek. I've been a fan of Doctor Who for many, many years. I really, really do not collect action figures and that kind of stuff. However, one of my colleagues has a 3D printer, and he printed that as a present for me, basically. Alright, here we have Brit's Balkan. Again, I just leave it in the bag. Put the bag in the jar. That was one that Harvey had some. I think we did I ordered for him, or we did a joint order somehow, and he had that, and I thought, oh, that smells good, and it's aromatic, but excuse me, like aromatic with Latakia, basically, or it's an aromatic Balkan. Again, it's one that I thought, that smells good. That reminds me of when I first started smoking the pipe before I ever discovered English tobaccos. And yeah, it's okay. I don't smoke it. I smoked it basically not because I liked it, but because I thought I should have a crowd pleaser. And I never reached for it. Okay, here we have Penzance. You saw a little bag of it over on the table. I should put that in there. Baker Street, USA. I believe this is Four Noggins blend. It is a Burley-based Latakia, and here is Crooner. Crooner is akin to Mojo. I'm just going to put them together. In that they both have deer tongue in them. Deer tongue is not a tobacco, but it's something that has a very vanilla. It's not vanilla, but it's very reminiscent of vanilla, so it's easy to. But I don't know. So I wanted to try it. So I just want to try what deer tongue tasted like. So I tried Crooner, and wow, the first few puffs of Crooner are pretty interesting. And you get to maybe just a quarter of the way through, definitely about half the way through, and it just turns extremely unsmokably bitter. And I gave some to Harvey, and I said, and he was like, "Oh, this is really good," and got half through the bowl, and he said, "This is like really bad." Mojo also has deer tongue in it. It is more palatable, but as I said, it's not something I want to reach for very often. And okay, that's it in terms of what we have in jars. Go down here. Here's a Dunhill Church Warden that needs to be. You can see the stem is really bad. I have a hard time with vulcanite. I tend to avoid vulcanite whenever possible in my purchases nowadays. It's something about my body chemistry. My body chemistry. I just cannot do vulcanite very well. Here we have a Shakespeare pipe, bought many years ago, and here we have an alpha. Not an alpha I particularly like. I don't really like sitters. I know sitters are very common these days. I'm just not a fan of them. And it's a very small bowl. It's just a pipe I bought many years ago, very cheaply out of a basket. Okay, here we have Preben Holmes. Quite not church warden, but quite long. Here, this is one I haven't smoked in a while. I just smoked it today. Here we have a bulldog horn, a horny bulldog. And this is an El Chapo. But I mean, back to the tobacco. So we've seen all this. Okay, you know, audio visual corner. Let's come down one here. Oh no, there's one more jar. Best of Chicago. That's from what is it? Uptown Tobacco Shop on the north side of Chicago. Again, it's like these. I assume they had made them, but it's very clear that they didn't. It's just the rebranding of some generic one. So the British Rich and the Balkan Supreme, you can see their original empty, quite empty jars are back there. This is, what is this? This is Virginia Woods. Virginia Woods, like this, is a McClellan. And I have a few McClellans left in here, but, you know, the big complaint about McClellans that they taste like ketchup, and most people say, yeah, they smell like ketchup, but they smoke okay. They don't. As soon as I light up, I don't smell that. Unfortunately, I do. So I don't smoke them very much. Okay. Oh, these are tins that should be down here, actually. Kind of ruined my pyramid yesterday when I was filming. I kind of looked, hey, what's back here? And I actually found some interesting stuff. Alright, so here we have 3 8-ounce tins from GLP. Jackknife Plug, Black Point, and Stratford. Stratford was, before they came back with Elizabethan mixture, Stratford was my substitute. And to be honest, I've compared them. I did an A-B. I don't know. I filmed it. I don't know if I ever actually, okay, I can see my video's running out of time. Stratford was much better. Okay, and the last shop here, my camera's about to reach maximum file length. These are all unemptied. There's a wide variety here. So when I say there wasn't a wide variety, I meant simply if I wanted something different, I had to go to open a new tin. So my new purchase yesterday was trying to find ones that that I could dip into without opening a new tin. Okay, so mostly GLPs in the back, or GLP or C&Ds. In the front, there are the flat tins from Samuel Gawith, which I love. Peterson, which I can't say I really do. Nothing against them. Just not a huge fan of what they do. Okay, I made about 10 seconds left. If the flashing warning, it means what I think it's going to mean. I have about 10 seconds left. So let me just sign off. All right, that's been a tour of my cellar. I would love to see a tour of your cellar.